welcome to the fourth race of the season in our little PS2 reverse result series. Another little slight race where I did actually do audio for this, but it absolutely failed. And I don't know if you can slightly hear Murray in the background, but he's taking you through the grid. You can kind of hear me trying to talk over it, but I messed the audio levels up. But anyway, let's go through the grid. We've got Bertie on front row, we've got Alonso next to him. Alonso looking for his second point score of the season. And Coulthard is the contender that had such a bad race last time out. He gets to start third. He starts in a podium spot. It's a great chance for him. And probably only Raikkonen is the other guy in there who can do something. Irvine looking to crack those points. Frenzen's fairly quick. Now he's got a good chance of getting a good result here. A lazy day isn't really that good for him. That's neither here nor there for him. But Villeneuve is poised on the edge of the points to do something here. Button's probably going to stick around where he is there. Barrichello, Montoya together on the grid. That's interesting. You've got two allegedly evenly matched players there, sat next to each other. Jos the boss ahead of Matt Sakane, and these are the lesser team guys who had a really good day out in Brazil. And I was surprised that some of these guys stayed in the points. But there you go, it's not as easy to pass as you think. Heading to the back, and here are the big guns, and Hakkinen is on the back because of his DNF, remember. DNFs go to the back, and he's going to be in there, and he has lost. That's not good for him, because that puts him a race behind. So here we go. Do the honours, get rid of the auto director, which I might leave on for 2002. At least for the first half of the race, because it's just chaos. I actually think you can turn him off. But anyway, Spain is underway, Bertie is away, and he looks to have the legs on one of the Minardis. I always forget the helmets. Here comes Coulthard. Surely Coulthard is just going to blast into the lead from the off. We've got a random look at Hakkinen at the back there, and there goes Coulthard. So did someone run wide there? And someone did run wide. It was Barrichello. So the narrative of the title contenders, Coulthard is going to, and again they're running wide, and Bernaldi already at the back. So here we go. Michael has made a few places already, about 4 places I think off the start. And one thing I'll obviously do as I get a little bit more used to this is I'll stop frantically smashing through the field trying to work out, because what I'm doing there actually is looking for incidents. I shouldn't actually do that. I should focus on the front, the midfield, or an area of battle at the time. But I'm looking for crashes, which is why the auto director on 2002 is the idea. But anyway, the Sauber has nipped past the Minardi, and the Minardis are already starting to fall through the field here. So Barrichello's in 12th. Barrichello has lost a few places. He's not been able to make his start count. He's actually, if he's not careful, he's going to come under threat from Ralph Panis and Michael. And we have a Williams almost in the points already. So there we have, basically Fisichella has just nipped past Alonso, and Alonso's coming back at him. Now Alonso has got a level of aggression on this. He hasn't got a lot of pace in that car, but you watch him, he doesn't mind sticking moves here and there if he can. If he's near someone, it's not like Marquez, once you get him, he's gone. But look at Nando, he hangs in there, he's like a little bulldog. Has he actually, and he's chopped the see what I mean? Marquez would have been in the car park. He'd have been getting his choc eyes. So Fisichella just has got the move done, but Alonso still done. We've got a bit of slowdown down that hill, haven't we? I think PSL got that as well, so I don't think it's my pathetic laptop. I think it is just the nature of the game. The one thing I was a little bit concerned about was my lappy's a little bit old. Like this idea, I'd watched PSL's videos and I just got inspired. I thought, I was a bit bored. I wasn't really, nothing on the PS5 was really grabbing me, so I thought I'd put this together. The only problem is my laptop is a little bit old, and I'm just a bit worried, will it actually hold the 03, 4, 5 and 6 games? And then of course it's easy on the PS3. But anyway, I should be concentrating on this race really. It's easy to just go off on a tangent. So DC, look at how serene he is. He has got no problems whatsoever. Bertie, they've not actually managed to get past Bertie, and here comes Juan Pablo, and he's having a go at Frentzen for 7th already. So Juan Pablo has started gathering momentum in our little championship, and he's forced Panis, or was it Villeneuve, off the track briefly. Ralph is having problems at the back. So Montoya's into the points, and he's pulling Villeneuve and Barrichello along with him. So this is this is sort of like title contenders part 2. These are the guys that I thought would be in there if the others got involved in incidents or just got bogged down behind people. And Montoya, he's just got the momentum. He's got slightly more momentum than the other guys, and he's having another go. And just as Villeneuve starts to attack Irvine, Frentzen, he shouldn't be the easiest person to pass there because he's packing a little bit of pace in that Jordan. Finally a McLaren starts looking like he can get through the field. So that's Michael now. He's moved up to 15th now. He's managed to get away from the back of the pack. Is he going to have enough to get on the back end of the points here? Ralph he hasn't actually made any moves really whatsoever. So now Bertie still under threat from, I believe that's Button. I'm terrible with the helmets from this era. I used to actually preferred it when they had the orange and yellow T-cams, so you could tell who the team leader was. That's a lovely little move there from Raikkonen. That was tidy, wasn't it? He sort of just bundled in there. But it's always the nature of the side-by-side racing in this. Like, you get a move on, but if the guy in front of you is just on the brakes, then the fella's going to be up your inside again, pardon the expression. So these three are still battling behind, I believe, Frentzen. And Michael's up to 13th. He's ticking his way up the field. He's actually managed to drop Panis now. So here's DC, and the lead he has got now is probably the start-finish straight. Yeah, in fact, they're barely on the start-finish straight. And you've got this Benetton Salba. These two cars are often near each other. So Alonso starts to fall back. Well, no, not really, because he's fast. I think he's faster than Bertie, but then he is just fallen out of the influence zone. But I think Alonso, when you look at perhaps Mazzacani and Bertie, who are in quicker car, he almost wasn't in a quicker car then. But look, he's actually having a go at Frentzen. Or it's basically Frentzen dropping back. Barrichello has got in front, and we've lost Montoya somewhere. Look at Alonso. He's not. Yeah. So the accordion of this three-way battle now is stuck behind Alonso, and it's going to. And now that's Hakkinen. So you've got a four-way battle of title contenders here, all stuck behind Alonso, who is a future title contender. There you go, it's lovely this. Go on, Villeneuve having a look. But the funny thing is, and there's Michael, so it's all kicking off now. So despite being in the quickest car in the grid, Barrichello is probably the slowest of these contenders on early season form. Oh, and he's caught the back of Alonso, but got away with it. Runs wide. So a tidy battle here. Alonso is still managing to keep near Frentzen because Bertie, and they can't get past Bertie, and I wonder if this is not going to be a theme on tracks where Bertie starts high, because he's another one of these awkward buggers who hasn't got the pace but seems to be awkward in. And Barrichello almost gave Villeneuve the good old rear wing or front wing end fence. And there goes Fisichella, and they're having trouble because Alonso's running everybody into the boondocks. It looks like Frentzen did get that move done, so a massive score here for Frentzen on the cards. This is some good racing around here, around Spain, and the Ferraris are getting on this. Look at Fisichella in the middle of these Ferraris, but still trying to keep himself in there. He's going to struggle. Montoya has dropped behind all of those guys. Did I miss Panis? Was that Panis who's just sneaking through the... Yeah, there he is. Panis is still in 6th. And Fisichella still running wide. And Michael, look at Michael, he's in the points. Now this is what I'm talking about. Michael's one of the few people that can do this. And Juan Pablo, who I think was in 6th or 7th, fighting behind Frentzen. Look how far back, look how many people have got him. And now Jack Villeneuve. Jack Villeneuve is on the scene, but then I think I was getting Jack confused with Panis, because I think I saw Panis further down the field. Confusion. How do they follow these races? I can hear the audience now. This guy can't follow a race. This guy's James Allen and Jonathan Ledyard. There's a problem there. Jonathan, there's a problem there, Ledyard. Round the corner. And he runs wide. On a charge. Actually, I don't know what you guys think of Crofty, but I can't stand him. If he would just stop dabba 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 for 5 seconds and stop banging on about Lewis Hamilton. Anyway, look at Michael. Michael's just gone and thrown it up. He has as well. Michael's just gone and blitzed past Alonso, and now he's on Villeneuve. And here comes Montoya. Montoya's finally got the hurry up. Oh, I hate the slowdown here. Because it'd look really good as well. That's a really good shot. So Montoya has passed, and Barrichello, who was the first to catch up to Alonso, is the last to pass him. And that's been the story of Barrichello. So Frentzen's got himself into 2nd. He's got pace there. If Frentzen can get in amongst these slower guys, he can do things with them. I don't know if you can hear a drill in the background. That's my brain trying to keep up with this race. So look at the honours Frentzen has already put on those guys. So we've got Raikkonen has stabbed it past Bertie as well, and the Ferrari wanted the same real estate. And look at that! It's almost given. That was almost like the Mario Kart boost. And it made Jack run wide though. So here look at this title contender battle, and the director doesn't want to watch the title contenders, he wants to watch Bertie, but look at them all in a line, there's 5 of them. Here comes Villeneuve. Michael's looking racy behind him. And this is the kind of score for Michael that was starting to worry me. He can do this. He can do it. But then he's going to be near the back at the next race as well. So Alonso, as Marquez has almost hit the back and he's causing a massive fight at the back there. Raikkonen is in a podium spot. Bertie is still 4th, and these guys behind him swapping positions for the honour of attacking for what is now would be 4th, sorry. So the podium spot is gone, and here comes Villeneuve again. So here comes Michael, and he's got Villeneuve maybe trying to make a move on him. So this is going to be this will be the trend. I'm really sorry if you can hear that. There's a lot of work going on here. And I normally would have done this at night when there wouldn't, but anyway, hopefully you can't hear it. So we're on lap 8, and Ralph has now set the fastest lap. Forgive me, just had a drink there. And here comes Schumacher, and look how suddenly Oh, and Bertie almost went off the track to hold the place. But Schumacher realised he had to get it done and couldn't do it. And he's dropping back now. And is that the McLaren of Mika Hakkinen? Didn't get it off. And now you have Panis joining this with all kinds of slowdown. And look at Ralph in 16th place. So still DC on his way to a second race win of the season. Frentzen in a different postcode, but these guys now have given themselves a nice clear air on this, as Bertie continues to do them a favour, and it's probably now someone. There's a podium. Look at Schumacher, he got mugged off there by Bertie's braking. There's still a podium on for one of these guys. Don't know, the race win's gone now. Well, the race win was gone long ago, but there's a second place here, and there you have still all 5 title contenders, with Panis joining the back of this. There's Panis in the background. Say all 5 title contenders. There's technically 8, but we'll see what fortune does to them. So now Barrichello has got ahead of Michael. Michael's had a moment in there, and they're all getting involved. Now this has been the first real title contender bum fight, hasn't it? Look at that, look. So with Coulthard up the road, these guys are trying to negate Coulthard's point score. But they're struggling because Bertie says no, and he's still hanging in there. And it seems to be Juan Pablo's turn. So Villeneuve has got alongside, and sometimes, these BARs are really impressive, and he's got the move done. So Villeneuve, and can Montoya follow him? We went the wrong way with the control plan again, the amount of times I do that. It's the first season back after about 10 years of doing this, alright, so I will catch up to speed. As well with the comms, I've noticed my comms is a little bit like, a little bit touchy-feely. We'll get there. Never going to be as good as PSL. The guy, keep raving about him, but he just did such a brilliant job with his replays and his edits, and like, the guy was just a beast. So Barrichello has decided he wants to get and he's got, wow, I missed something there. I was busy rabbiting away because Bertie has fallen, and here comes Montoya on Barrichello. So Villeneuve now is off after Raikkonen, but I think Raikkonen, and look at this, Barrichello and Montoya still battling. Now who's got the pace here? Montoya's got the inside line, but Barrichello's got he's got TP. And here comes Michael, his teammate, they're ganging up on Montoya. And is he going to attack his own teammate? He is. Is Michael going to grab 2 places? He's surely going to get this done. Oh, Barrichello ends up on the inside line. Oh, it's going to run all the way down. And Michael's got the position. He had the inside line. But he's still got the same problem of Villeneuve just a touch slower than him. And basically Hakkinen didn't get past Bertie. Look, you can see, and he almost, he tried to rear end him. And he's now in a fight with Panis. Oh, and again, Mika getting desperate. He had to get that move done, and he did. Can Panis follow him? So Hakkinen's in the points. Rubens has got honours on Juan Pablo, but his brother got away from him, and now his brother's going to threaten Jack. So a nice status quo at the front of Frentzen and Raikkonen. Villeneuve still slowly catching Raikkonen, but not quick enough. And then he brings these other guys as Panis still tries to get past Birdie, but now he's given himself a problem because he's probably not going to catch Hakkinen. And Ralph has only just turned up on the scene. Funny old career, Coulthard. Dogged by reliability problems whenever he had a chance, really. Just never quite had the pace of Hakkinen, did he? What about this man? The Formula 1 career backwards, Jacques Villeneuve. And here you have a nice... See, after these two, after the two... the Sauber and the Jordan, you have almost all of the points paying positions go into the bigger teams of this season. You wouldn't say that BAR is a bigger team than Renault, would you? But they got them here. So as the race starts to slow down, you're looking at a very unlikely situation of another pass. I think Montoya could catch Rubens, but catching is one thing and passing is completely different. So I don't think anything's going to happen there. This is the only real thing here, and I don't think Villeneuve's catching quick enough. We must have only 3 laps left. I don't think Michael's going to have the pace to stick one on Villeneuve unless Villeneuve gets in the dirty air, the affection zone of Raikkonen. As Raikkonen's future teammate serenely drives on towards second victory of the season. So Panis and Ralph are the two non-scorers that you would expect to be in the top 8. Look at the lead Coulthard has put on, and he's still smashing in quicker laps. The director's staying here because I think he thinks we're near the end of the race, and he's not sure. Because around about this time I had to start turning the volume down to combat my audio issues, and I couldn't hear the cheering. Is this the rate? It is. Coulthard wins for the second time in 4 races. And will his strange fortune continue? He's an absolute mile away from Frentzen. Second place for the Jordan, 3rd place for Raikkonen, 4th place for Villeneuve, just holding off Michael. What a result for him. 6th for Barrichello, 7th Montoya, and 8th to Hakkinen. And look at Ralph getting 9th. That's the frustrating position. That's the one you don't want. That's the poison chalice, because you're up there with the point scorers, but you've got a problem next race. You haven't scored, they have, and you're right with them on the grid, so you've only got to get held up. So well done, DC. He cements. He's the guy that has come through at the start of the season as the man, and his old pal Michael is keeping him honest. So we went through the finishing positions as they crossed the line, and it's just really the gaps. I mean, Coulthard being able to start up so high and get his move done so quickly allowed him to just blitz away. So no DNFs. Mazzacani on the front row. Alesi, pretty sure Alesi is yet to score, and Mazzacani is as well. So after Imola, Coulthard takes his second win of the season, his second win in 4 races, and just grabs a slight few points clear of Michael, who crucially got his second score in 2 races, his third score out of 4. So at first it looked like he was running a little bit slow, but as always he soon picks up. What a charge by Frentzen into the top 3. And he's going to be difficult to shift if he keeps getting the kind of grid starts that he keeps getting, because he's faster than them guys that he's in and around. But we'll see if he can maintain that. Panis, he moves into the top 4 as Alonso starts to see slowly continuing to drop slowly towards the end of the top 10. I wonder how long he'll be able to maintain that for, and if he can actually score any more points. His teammate is absolutely barren. Montoya, he had a chance to score better than he did today and has now dropped 10 points behind the leader, which is kind of worrying from BMW Williams' point of view and mine. Villeneuve, he really was a victim in that race where he ended up on his roof, and as you can see, it's taken him a little bit of time to recover, and he has dropped 10 points back as well, and he's dropped 3 on his teammate, but he got a pretty good score, pretty good solid drive in that last race, so watch out for him. Button still hanging in the top 10. Ralph, inconspicuous start from him. Also though, he's ahead of Hakkinen and Barrichello, but I expected him to be ahead of his teammate because I think he has a slightly quicker car, even though it's the same. And Bernaldi's still hanging on to the top 10, so fair play to him. So a great run there from McLaren. 2 races in 4 they have won now. They move top by just the 2 points though, in the nature of the point system. Ferrari keeping on as there in second, looking dangerous, tied there with BAR, just simply on the race win count. Williams just dropping a few points back there from the top group, but it's nothing to worry about yet. But they're getting sucked a little bit towards the best of the rest. If we're going to look at 5th place as being the battle for the best of the rest division, the championship, that could be the championship. And yeah, we see a nice little battle, although Jordan have stolen a march on Renault. Let's call them Renault. You expect that Minardi are going to continue to drop down the table. It'll be interesting to see if and when they can score again. Monaco surely has to be their best opportunity. And the bottom 4 beneath them are slightly quicker than them. Prost in Alazy's hands. Not sure about Mazzacane, sorry. Yeah, please ignore that caption. Please ignore that caption, because that was the best one I could find. But for some reason, I can't remember how the 2001 driver shakeout happened, whether people were replaced before or mid-season. But anyway, De La Rosa is not driving for Jaguar, and Bertie is not driving for Prost. But anyway, we've done that. The next race is Spain. I believe it is the last of my audio issues, but then we shall see. We shall see how that plays out, because I'm not entirely sure on that. But the next race is Spain, and yeah, hope to see you there.